Morning, Trainiacs. We are headed into the pool as we are, many mornings. I did not get a great sleep last night. 6.5 hours, I would call that subpar. It was because one key aspect of my sleep routine was disturbed. Fragile being. So, a few weeks ago, I did a video on the tips about how to swim better, but it didn't do as good as a video I did about my exact morning routine. Like those tips, general namby-pamby, here's how you sleep better, but it wasn't the system. So today, we're gonna use those tips and I'm going to share with you my exact system, like what I do to get a good night's sleep, step for step for step. Too much info? I think you'll like it. A delightful little 2,500 meter swim. It's rest week, like I said, so wasn't intended to be long, but I ended up going fast. 140 per 100 meter average. I like it. Making progress. All right, how I snoozle. All right, so first just a quick word on why sleep is so important. Think about it this way. If you could take one pill, one supplement, one vitamin, one mineral that all in one, it made you weigh less, it made you have more muscle mass, it allowed you to perform better in all aspects of athletics, it allowed you to think more clearly so you could be more successful at home, it reduced your chance of disease, sickness, reduced inflammation, on and on and on. All in one pill, and it was free. Would you take it? Yes, of course you would. That's sleep. Sleep is the #1 performance enhancer that any of us can possibly give ourselves. LeBron James says that he gets upwards of 9-10 hours of sleep a night, and that is one of the most important things that his strength trainer adds to his protocol. Okay, now let's talk about my sleep routine, which actually starts in here in the kitchen first thing in the morning, over here. Now, somewhere around half of the world's population is vitamin D deficient. Now, vitamin D plays a huge role in repairing our body and sleep. It's been shown that if you are vitamin D deficient, which most of us are in the modern world because we put clothes on, we spend most of our time indoors, we don't get a lot of direct sunlight, we are likely to have sleep disturbance issues. So, vitamin D is what I take first thing in the morning. I like the liquid form, take it, and you just place it underneath the tongue because it gets absorbed better in your body, and you take about 1,000 IUs for every 25 pounds of body weight. Next thing that I do in the morning that helps with sleep later at night. When we wake up in the morning, we have evolved to wake up basically with the sunrise. That was the cue for our body to get up. So it's critical that in the first hour of getting up, ideally in between about 6 and 8:30 a.m. in the morning, you get about 20 minutes of sunlight hitting your eyeballs. Now, what happens if you are in a cold climate? What if you are in a climate like mine where we don't get sunlight until about 9 o'clock? Well, there are two things that you can do if you can't actually get outside and get that sunlight on your eyes that indicates the day has started, and it is the start of your circadian rhythm. That is what's going to set your entire body up for saying, all right, now is the start of the day, and then it'll take your body through an entire awake cycle until you're ready to go to bed. Two things that I use are the Human Charger. These are just little earbuds that you can put in, and believe it or not, you actually have UVA, UVB receptors inside your ears. You have some in your eyes and some in your ears. So in the case where you don't have a sleep lamp, a SAD lamp, you can just use this. Talking about SAD lamps, why we are right here is because every single morning while I'm doing a lot of my morning journaling, just having a little bit of coffee, getting figured out for the day, a little bit of stretching, I spend about 20 minutes in front of that. And I'm putting this right in front of my eyes within about 24 to 30 inches in front of my eyes. And that is going to simulate having that sunlight hitting my eyeballs. So that is going to set up my body to understand, all right, now's the start of the day, and it'll go through an entire cycle so that it has an idea of when the end of the day is. Now let's get into the end of the day, shall we? Starting somewhere around 2 to 3 hours from when I intend to go to bed, I put on blue light blocking glasses because I don't believe that it's realistic for people to completely stay away from the blue light of a TV or their phones. Frankly, I don't recommend it because I'm trying to make a living out of all of you being addicted to me on your phones. But that blue light is just like the blue light of this. It's a signal to our brain that it's still light outside and that we shouldn't start producing melatonin and going to sleep. So, somewhere around 6 p.m., I put these things on, and then if I sit on the couch and I'm chilling out, playing around on my phone, watching a little bit of TV, I'm not getting as much direct blue light exposure into my eyes, which is then keeping my brain awake. Did you see what Triathlon Terran posted today? It is phenomenal. He's brilliant. Now, about 1 hour before I go to bed, I take said phone that I hope you're all addicted to, and I put it away outside the bedroom. I plug it in, I make it in a spot that I'm not going to access. And there's two reasons for this. One, we just talked about the blue light. Two is that even if it feels like you get a full 8 hours of sleep, because of that blue light and because going on social media and searching and searching and searching is similar to our brains as to what hunters and gatherers did throughout the day. They would go and search and search and search for food and sustenance and water and supplies. It gets our brain very wired. So that might result in not getting enough deep sleep, which means that our body isn't repairing itself. It might mean that our brain isn't getting much REM sleep, so we aren't going to think very clearly. Regardless of whether or not, even if it feels like you're getting a good sleep, if you have that phone in front of you and you're searching and doing something active on that phone, on a tablet, anything like that before bed, you're going to have poor sleep quality, and it's going to affect you as an athlete and just average everyday person. Your health's going to suffer. So put the phone away an hour before bed. Next, about 2 or 3 times a week, really no more than that, I will have a small sleep tea or elixir. And why I say small is because you don't want to have a lot of liquid in your stomach. So about an hour to 2 hours before bed, I stop drinking a lot because I don't want to get up and have to go pee in the middle of the night. I want to sleep through the night. So I will have either one of a valerian root tea or a Four Sigmatic Reishi mushroom elixir. If you want to get 15% off on this, it's awesome. Go to foursigmatic.com/triathlon Terran and use the coupon code triathlon Terran at checkout for 15% off. Really no rhyme or reason why I'll do one or the other. I'll just try to alternate, and I won't do this any more than 2 or 3 times throughout the week, because if you do that more often than you don't, you can become reliant on this, and then all of a sudden they don't end up working. A note on that, some people use melatonin to get to sleep. I would highly recommend being very, very careful about using melatonin, because while it can help you get to sleep, you can very, very quickly become dependent on this, and your melatonin receptors will actually not function without this, like long term. So you can actually do quite a bit of long-term damage if you start taking melatonin. Like, nothing in particular about this, it's just that's melatonin, and it's the only one I got here. Now, while I'm having that basically half to a quarter of a cup's worth of tea, I will come into bed and start the evening routine, start winding down. And the best way to do that is with some fiction. You don't want to read business books or Pete often comes in here, right? That's his spot. You don't want to read books that start getting you thinking about things, self-help or business books. Fiction is kind of similar to when hunters and gatherers would sit around a campfire and the elders would tell stories, so fiction kind of gets you into that dream state. My 2018 project, crushing all Harry Potter. I miss Potter. And then finally, this is the last thing that I've just added to the routine. This here is the ChiliPad cooling unit. The ChiliPad is a mattress topper that you can get two-sided. You see, NTK likes things very, very warm in bed, whereas me, I like to be cool but tucked in. Kind of tough to do, but this ChiliPad, it is a liquid circulation system through that mattress topper, so I can set my side to 66 degrees, she can set her side to cremate, and we can both be very comfortable. Now, this is not cheap, fair warning, but of all the things that I have tried, whether it's teas, whether it's blue light glasses, this has been the thing that gets me the most consistently good sleep, as indicated by the sleep studies that I've done with the Oura Ring. More on that another time. Right, Pete? You ready for bed? We got a few hours to go. So here you go, Trainiacs. That is my 1 hour, 90-minute sleep routine that it's not like I'm doing a lot throughout that. I'm just kind of going about a typical evening and it's not added work. Now, before I've figured out this sleep routine, I was just trying things here and there based off of what the marketing stuff would say on a company's website. But with the Oura Ring, I've actually been tracking this, and before all of these items that I've included, I was getting an average sleep score of about 79. With this, now it's more like 90 consistently. I feel refreshed, I feel rejuvenated, my heart rate variability is nice and high, I feel less sore, I'm able to focus more, my appetite is quite a bit less, all kinds of good things, whereas I thought I was getting good sleep before, now I know I'm getting good sleep. So if you are interested in any of that, which I know works because I actually through this filtered out about half the things that I've been trying, all of these are very good additions to your sleep hygiene. There will be links to everything in the description below. There are going to be affiliate links, and if you click through those and purchase anything on Amazon within the 24 or 48 hours after clicking through, helps us out, doesn't cost you anything extra. We get a small commission from Amazon. So click through those links, get yourself a ChiliPad. I'm a big fan of the ChiliPad. And if you aren't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button below. Later, Trainiacs.